Right, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Greene, AMTV. We've got a critical report coming from Joe Biden, the president of the United States, says and warns Vladimir Putin over nuclear or chemical weapons use in Ukraine. Now, this is really interesting as the war is dragged on, as the United States has spent billions and billions of dollars worth of armaments. Technically, the United States is already at war, and I would argue World War III with Vladimir Putin and Russia. But now Biden is warning in a headline show that's coming out here Sunday night. Can't remember the name of it. He says if Vladimir Putin uses nuclear, tactical, and or chemical weapons, that essentially that there will be hell to pay. Now, keep in mind, I've been saying this will be the next layer, this will be the next scapegoat of the war that the United States probably, in my opinion and view, likely wants to see. It'll give the excuse to kick things off further into a much larger conflict. So, of course, there's been all that focus on the nuclear facility, but now they're saying Putin, who's being pushed back in places like Kharkiv by Ukrainian troops and the United States supplying those arms, and countries like Germany supplying those tanks, is now pushed into a corner and he's going to have to do something dramatic. And again, this is all leading up to the propaganda point that I thought that they were going to do in the first place. And it's going to be some kind of tactical nuke card. And they're going to pull this rabbit out of the hat, and it's going to help bring the rest of the world against Putin and bring the United States in. This is what I think it is. I think it's the Pearl Harbor moment for the West. And that'll congeal even more human population psychology to drag people into the war, just like the U.S. didn't want to go into the war and the people didn't want to fight World War II until Pearl Harbor was dreadfully attacked on that fateful day. Now, it's also important to know that Vladimir Putin, which has the full backing of China, which is arguably the strongest, most powerful military naval country in the world now. They've got more Navy ships. They are far exceeding output and GDP growth in the next decade or so. Some argue that that is already occurring. And they've got the back of Vladimir Putin, along with the BRICS nations. Some have been contesting what's going on in Ukraine, like India, for example. Modi had some terse words for Putin just within the last 48 hours. But this is not just a war against Russia. It is a war primarily against China. Now, let's go back and zoom in and focus again on Taiwan. China wants Taiwan. They're going to take Taiwan. So just like we saw the Hong Kong fallout during the Trump years, this is the next major pivot play that China is going to make geopolitically. So as this unfolds, as potentially, God forbid, hopefully it doesn't happen, there's a tactical nuke or some kind of chemical weapon that is used by Vladimir Putin, not enough to destroy the whole world, just enough so that these people get what they want to push into the power play and that chess move, which will be Taiwan being seized by China. Now, of course, tons of manufacturing, semiconductor, Western companies there. This will affect, and again, the new war is these things, ladies and gentlemen. It's the microchips, it's the semiconductors, it's computers, it's algorithms, it's the AI war. Like many people have said, Eric Schmidt, for example, for one, that said that these wars are now being fought by machines in nanoseconds. Nuclear wars are being fought in nanoseconds. The whole battlefield has been mapped out. Simulations tell them exactly where things are going geopolitically, and even with populations, the food supply, and all the other crazy stuff that's been going on the last few years. So this is reaching a boiling point. Also, Russia and China, according to the media, are running drills right now, firing weapons off the coast of the U.S. in and around Alaska. We've seen this build up over the years. It is getting more intense. Of course, I'm Christopher Greene. This is AMTV broadcasting from the beautiful Pacific. Links below. Telling you guys, stay prepared, stay vigilant, and have a beautiful day out there. Jesus Christ is King. Please like and share this video.